Hey everyone, welcome to Madden 19 Ultimate Team. Today, I'm going to look at some of the elites that you can get for a pretty low price. We're all just starting out here in the game, and most of us don't have hundreds of thousands of coins to spend on those top guys, so we're kind of looking for the players that are still cheap but can get the job done. So we're going to jump over to the auction block and look at some of the ones that are going for a pretty cheap price despite their stats being pretty solid. And for this video, we are going to focus on the offensive skill positions. So this, of course, is Madden. Everybody loves a quarterback who can run. Marcus Mariota has that covered. Early on in Ultimate Team, 80 speed for a quarterback is actually quite fast. His throw power is solid at 81. His accuracy, though, he kind of comes up short. 78 throw accuracy short is not bad, but his mid and deep at 72 and 69 really hurt him. Under pressure, he's good, 85. On the run, he's pretty decent at 80. But of course, those accuracy stats, I played with him in game in competitive, and I really struggled to complete passes beyond like 20 yards. I had a lot of just straight up overthrows, so I'm not sure that he's great for that. If you're looking more at short passes, he's fine, but if you're a player that likes to go down the field, I would probably look elsewhere. Another pretty solid running quarterback with slightly better accuracy stats is Deshaun Watson. Although he's a little bit shorter, he has a little better chance of his passes being batted down. 76 speed for a quarterback, once again, early in MUT is not bad. 81 throw power. His accuracy stats, all are above 73, mid 73, and deep 74. Those are actually quite good for a 80 overall quarterback. His under pressure kind of hurts him at 67. His on the run, though, 81 is good, and 75 play action is not bad for those plays. So he's another one I played with. I didn't have as many accuracy struggles with him, so I would recommend that if you're looking a little more at deep throws. And we also have one that's kind of in the middle, although his accuracy deep I don't think is as good. But Dak Prescott, he's got 74 speed. He can still get out of the pocket, but his short and mid accuracy are the best out of these three. He's got 80 short and 76 mid, but his deep is at 70, so that's kind of in the middle. It's a little lower than I would like, but not bad for 81 overall. Then under pressure 78 and on the run 81 are solid, plus the 80 play action. But I've got to be honest, this year the accuracy stats for quarterbacks seem more important than ever for completing those passes down the field, so I went ahead and picked up the 83 overall Steve Young for my squad. He's got 81 short, 80 mid, and 80 deep. He is by far the most accurate of the ones we just talked about, but he goes for around 40k. I really do think that spending the extra coins on your quarterback is going to pay off. He's got all like 80 plus stats. His speed at 79 is right there. The only thing is, just remember, he is a left-handed quarterback, so if you don't like rolling left or trying to make plays kind of favor the left side of the field, that is something to pay attention to. He's the only one we're going to talk about that's not really a budget player here, but I just wanted to mention that because he by far has given me the best performance in competitive games where those stats really do show through who's got like lower stats. I really do recommend him. He's around 40k usually in the auction block. Right now he's not there. I would show it as we are just pretty early here in the year, but I think you'll probably be able to get him like 40 or 45k no problem. And as more and more people get the game, as we're moving on here past the early release, he's probably just going to drop in price. And moving on to the halfbacks, we've got two that I want to talk about that are really good like all around for the price, and that is Lamar Miller and Latavius Murray, both going around 18k. Lamar Miller has 1 overall advantage at an 81. So looking at his stats, 85 speed, 85 acceleration, 88 agility, all those are good. His carrying, though, 77, that's a little bit low, but for his overall, it's not terrible. Catching really hurts him, 61. That's going to be a little tough to throw to him down the field. His elusiveness, 78, and break tackle at 75 are kind of the biggest kind of saviors for him, because his trucking is not great. 62, he's not really going to be running over a lot of people. It's mainly going to be his juking and his spinning abilities. And when we come down to see those, 80 spin and 81 juke, so those are really solid for an 81 overall back. And we'll just look at Latavius Murray. If you're more a fan of trying to truck rather than moving around people with a spin and jukes, this is the one I would go with. We got the same speed, 1 lower acceleration, I think 5 lower agility, slightly lower carrying. He is down at 72. His catching is actually worse at 54, but you can see that 79 trucking. So he's going to be a little more likely to truck people over and just slightly less likely, I think, to break tackles when he's just getting hit from the side, or randomly a 69 break tackle as opposed to the 75 of Lamar Miller. But coming down here to his other stats, 80 stiff arm, 81 spin, and 80 juke. That is why I included him here, because he's able to spin and juke around people as well, plus the stiff arm and, of course, the trucking that we mentioned earlier. He does lack in the carrying and catching departments, but because of those stats, he really is a great all-around running back, and he's a big guy at 6'3", so throwing it to him down the field, if he can hang on to it with that 54 catching, could actually be a decent option. And lastly, for a power back, right around the same price, 17k, is LeGarrette Blount. If we look at his stats, he's got 79 speed, which is decent for a power back. His acceleration, again, pretty good for power back, 85. 77 agility, 83 carrying, better than the other running backs. Worse catching than all of them at 50, but 88 trucking, that's the biggest part of it. He can really run people over, and the 73 break tackle as well is really, really good for the 81 overall. And you see his other stats, 86 stiff arm, and his spin and juke are not terrible, 77 and 74. For an 81 overall that's mainly a power back, those are actually solid and can definitely break some tackles. But that'll do it for the running back position. Moving on to wide receivers, there's a couple of different rules I want to talk about with the different receivers. And number one is kind of a possession receiver, and Danny Amendola can definitely take care of that. You look at his price, 12k, you can maybe get him with 8k for the bid, or somewhere a little lower than the 12k mark here, but the speed is the biggest problem. 76 speed is rather low, and of course he's not that tall either at 5'11", so he's really not jumping over anybody, with the 68 jumping being a part of that. But 83 catching and 78 catching traffic, those stats are the best combination of those two that I could find with anybody in this price range. And his route running is good. 79 short, 76 medium, and 68 deep are all solid. When you compare it to the other guys in this price range, I didn't see anybody else that could compare to that. And by the way, guys, if you have any cards that I missed here that you think do compare or are better as a budget card, please put them in the comments below so other people can see them. I'll pin the one that has like the most, or has the most help for that, for like multiple cards, or just being the biggest one that maybe I missed. But moving on to a kind of faster, tall receiver, Devontae Parker is actually pretty decent. I do have him on my squad. He's coming in around 14k, and if we go to his stats, 83 speed and 82 jumping, coupled with that 6'3" height, are actually really good, especially early in MUT. As I said, not a lot of guys are super fast, so 83 is good, and that 6'3", he can definitely go up and get some high throws. So 77 catching, not bad, but not great, and 77 catching traffic, right about average for the players in this overall range for the price. And yeah, his route running is good too, 72 short, 75 medium, and 76 deep. That he does have an advantage over Amendola for the deep route running, and I've had some success with that in the competitive play. He does tend to get open on those deep crossing routes, so that could be an option as well. And again, with that 83 speed and the height, that's definitely an option. But I did want to mention the Power Up Randy Moss card. You can get him from a simple solo challenge. It's really not hard to do, and you can power him up with the training points here in Madden 19 Ultimate Team. But if you look at his stats, 87 speed and 88 jumping, with a 6'4" frame, that is insane. And his catch stats are better than that of Amendola, 83 catching and 80 catching traffic. And the spec catch 2 at 84 are all really good for an 85 overall. And you see his route running there as well, 79 short, 82 medium, and 84 deep. He is a little more likely to get open than these other guys. And again, this is a solo challenge one. This is one you don't need to spend coins on. So I wanted to mention this. If you'd rather not spend the coins on a receiver and get a guy like this, all you have to do is win the solo challenge out here. It is under these solo challenges, Legends, and it is the very first one. All you gotta do is beat the Vikings. I think they're like an 80-ish overall. It's not very hard to do. Of course, it's against the CPU, and you can get that and just use your training to rank him up a little bit. And we'll even look at how high he can go if you want to go beyond what I've done. So if you bring him to the tier 9 slot, he'd be 92 overall, and it would cost like another 1,225 training, and I've already spent maybe 400 on him, so it would cost a lot. But if you get him to that point, he would be 91 speed, 90 acceleration, 92 catching, 92 jumping, and the 91 awareness would be good as well. But going down here a little further, his spin and juke move aren't great, 77 and 83. He's really relying on speed, I think, to get away from people, although his break tackle seems good just from playing in game. I'll have to see if that stat is on here somewhere. But the catch and traffic, 89, spec catch 93. Is route running there, medium at 90, short 88, deep 92, beat press is 90, and break tackle 72, so you can see there breaking some of the tackles when he's getting hit from behind. So those are all really good stats. That is a card I really do recommend going for and using your training on. I don't know what other cards are going to come out. I haven't looked at all the training cards, so I can't say for sure that this is the best one, but he's a great option at wide receiver. And once again, guys, with the power-up cards, if you have any that you recommend more than Randy Moss, please put those in the comments below so other people can see them and know what is out there, because I've only done one other one, and that is Champ Bailey. I've got him to an 85 as well, and of course I've used some training on my team captain. But yeah, let me know what you guys think as for the power-up cards that should be used for your training. And last but not least for this video, we have the tight ends, and I've got 2 receiving tight ends and 2 kind of balanced tight ends. So Jared Cook coming up first. 15k coins roughly. You can get him probably just a bit cheaper than that. But his speed for a tight end, 79, is really good. 81 catching and 79 catching traffic for an 80 overall. Again, not bad. 74 and 72 for his short and medium route running. Again, 80 overall, not bad, but his run block at 55. He's really not helping much in the run game. And the same can be said for Vernon Davis, who right now, the buy now is 17k. You can get him down like 12, probably less, if you really wait for the right time. I've seen him even below 10 just recently, but 81 speed is a little faster. His catching is just a bit better at 82, which is probably the highest catch stat Vernon Davis has had in a Madden game around this overall anyway, and a 78 catching traffic. Again, for 80 overall, not bad. His route running is good, 74 short, 71 medium, but 54 run block, not helping out much in the running game. So that's why I've got the other two guys. Jermaine Gresham right now going for about 17k. I haven't seen him much below this recently, but 74 speed, not bad for a tight end. Again, 80 catching, 79 catching traffic, and 76 run block. But his route running is the biggest problem, 69 short and a 66 medium. That's not really doing anything great for getting open. It's not horrible, but it could definitely be better. Jack Doyle's the other one. I have seen him way cheaper than this. Don't buy him for 35k. I would wait down below 15. I just had a friend buy him for 10 as I was looking through this and actually realized his stats are quite good. A 71 speed, 83 catching, 80 catching traffic. Those are really solid for a tight end, especially an 80 overall tight end. His route running, again, not bad, 74 and 71, and his run block at 79. He's going to be a factor in the run game, so he's definitely one I would consider picking up if you're a guy that likes to run the ball somewhat often. So that is going to just about do it for our offensive skill position budget elites. And once again, guys, if there's any that I missed, please let me know who they are and what their overall is, so everyone else in the comments can see that and know what cards are a good budget pickup for their squad. So yeah, I think that is just about everything. So thank you guys for sticking around to the end of this video. It is very much appreciated, and I will see you next time.